Good afternoon. So I am going to place everyone on mute, but if you do have any questions, please feel free to chat me. And I can see if I can answer them from there, or just turn yourself off of mute. Okay, so and let me know if you can hear me, or you can see my screen, or if you experience any difficulties, or email me directly. Okay, so this is a Prospect Square training for quarterly reports, found in Prospect Square on Desk. And so this training is recorded. So towards the end of the week, I will send out all training videos to agents. Okay, so this is an agent's Prospect Square dashboard. In the past 2 weeks, I went over area reports and market reports. And if we have any additional time, I can review those two reports as well. So on the left-hand side here, we have reports. Let's go into report settings first, okay? We hit new. And what report settings allows you to do is to change the cover image of the report, and also choose if you want to hide the intro of the report. Okay, so let's jump to quarterly report. Oop, here we are. Okay, so if we want to change the default cover of the image, you can't upload your own, but you can browse a few images here, and you can search. So anything that's more city-like, you can type in urban, and it will bring up a couple of options for you. But there are plenty of options to choose from. So let's select this option here. Preview. Okay. High quarterly report intro. So you'll want to do this if you plan to share this report on social media and it's not directed to any of your contacts in particular. And you also have the option to make any changes to the intro of the report. So if you do want to customize. Okay, so we're not going to make any additional changes to the quarterly report here. I only checked yes to hide the intro. Okay, and then once you're done here, you want to save and close opposed to just saving. And active report settings, let's do training. Okay. And one thing that I did find, so because we have area report, market report, and quarterly report, due to the report settings, you can only have one settings for the report at a time. So if I turn on the settings for area report, it turns off the settings for quarterly report. So be mindful of that if you do happen to change your cover image or your intro for your report. So I'm not sure why that is at the time, but I'll investigate that a little bit further. Okay, so we changed our report settings. So now let's go to quarterly report, and we want to select new. Okay, so first, the report name. This is just something for your own record keeping. Your client will not see this. Okay. Here's where we will add our contact. So if you are adding a new contact at this time, you'll go through the process of adding that new contact. I won't do that right now. I believe I am a contact in this agent's account. However, the fields that are necessary are highlighted in red. So first name, last name. And if you do want to add this contact to your primary sphere where they receive the clients for life monthly emails, you want to be sure to check this group, or consider that you have a group that you specifically send out quarterly emails, quarterly reports to. You can create a group for that and select that group. And then your email address for the client and any additional contacts or fields that you want to complete. And then once you're done, you always want to hit save and close opposed to save. Okay, and if your contact is already a contact within your Prospect Square account, you can just start typing that contact's name. Okay, so market area. Now, the difference between the quarterly reports and the area reports and the market reports is that the quarterly reports does the entire county. Market reports focuses on zip codes, and then area reports focuses on county, neighborhood, or suburb, and condo or single family home. Okay, so a quarterly report is good to share online if you are looking to maybe generate some conversations or some new leads and say, hey, if you want market information specific for your area, contact me or leave me a message in the comments. So if someone wants something for their zip code, you can generate a market report specifically for that zip code and set it up automatically to go out to them. Okay, so just to review, we have our report name, we chose our contact, and we chose our market area. For the first couple of reports that you set up, I would recommend that you do receive a copy of it so you do see what your clients are receiving and that you can confirm that it is going out. Okay, so we will select no at this time. Report enabled means once the report is complete and you hit save and send, it will send to that contact immediately. If you don't want it to send immediately and you want to send it at another time, you can select no. Okay, but we'll select yes. Here is where you have the option to, excuse me. Here is where you have the option to add your own subject line for the initial subject line and the follow-up subject line. So this email does go out automatically, and I'm 98% sure that it does a follow-up email. So if the contact did not open the initial email, it will send out a follow-up email. So in the past, I've just done this standard follow-up email with the reply symbol here, or you can just leave it as is. Okay, so these are the fields that we need highlighted in red. And so here we want to preview the report before we share it. Okay. So here's our cover image that we chose. The standard intro is here, but we decided to hide it because it's not directed to anyone specifically. And then here we have the agent's information. And what I like about the Prospect Square reports is that when you share this to someone, they have the option to convert it into a PDF to print out or share on their own platforms, which you can only share PDFs on LinkedIn. They can view it in a browser. They can share it to social media. They can contact you directly and forward to a friend. Okay. And here is the report for Cook County, Q4 2019. And so we are closing out the first quarter of 2020. So if you were looking to send something out to your contacts for the first quarter of 2020, you can check back in April to generate that report perhaps. So here we have all of the counties in Cook. And so the feedback that I've received from some agents is that it's just too much information, which is fine. I think because some people do own properties in different areas of the city, and it also encourages them to reach out to you for more targeted information for their zip code or for their area, and whether they want single family or condos or townhouses. So it really is just to get the conversation started. So we can test a few of these links here where we will convert this to a PDF to share on LinkedIn, or print to give to a client, or even mail to a client. You can definitely do a lot with these reports. View in browser to share on social media, which I like to do opposed to doing the share on social media button. It brings up this page here, which I am not too familiar with, so I just never used it. But you do have Yammer here, which is an internal tool. Outlook is also here. And do I see, and then Facebook. So let's try this. Okay. So yes, this is the standard share tool where you can choose to share to a page that you manage. But actually, I do prefer to grab the link here. And drop into a post. Okay. So when you do share this on social media, you do want to prompt people to contact you to receive market reports directly to their inbox. So that just gets the conversation started, whether it's a zip code or a condo or a single family home. You can go through those options in Prospect Square, okay? So just to review, we converted it to a PDF. I don't think I downloaded it yet, but let me try once more. View in browser to share on social media. And then if you want a quicker option, you can hit this button, find the social media platform that you want to share. They can contact you directly and or forward on to a friend. So are there any questions so far? Let me check the chat. Okay. No questions so far. Okay. Where was I? So I want to download this. So again, if you do choose to share via the share on Facebook button or the share to social media button, this is how you will do it. Let me close some of these windows. Okay. So I'll refresh the screen to see those reports. Okay, so this is the report that I shared via copying the URL link. And I don't see the other post just yet. So I'll try once more. And okay, so both reports or both posts did populate. So not sure. I posted this one first and then I just posted this one. So not sure. Okay. I'm not sure why this one will be down here, but like I mentioned, I prefer to share on social media via the URL opposed to any third-party links when you hit that share to social media button. That's just my preference, but you do what is easiest for you. And so this is what I shared first. Okay. All right, so now we'll go to LinkedIn and share that PDF. Okay, so when you are ready to share a PDF on LinkedIn, I don't know where that file would be. Shoot. Okay, so this, no. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I don't recall where I saved that. Okay, that's what I said. Okay, let me try that once more. So back to LinkedIn. "28 pages. Okay, so not sure if there's a maximum of pages on LinkedIn, but we will find out. Okay. So here you can add any hashtags if you choose to, but that's not the focus of our training. So I'll hit post here. Oops, something went wrong. Okay. Not sure why. I think it might be too many pages, but let me try it once more. Now, if that is the case, that's understandable. And I would say you can extract some of those pages, or sharing a market report or area report might be more suitable, since the quarterly report does do all of the counties. So that is my guess that it might be too many pages. However, and that is if you want to share with a PDF. But my personal favorite, again, is sharing with the URL. Allow it to fetch the preview. Okay. Not sure what's happening there. So here, and now we're sharing through that third-party link. I don't see the option to share with any of your connections or any groups that you belong to. So if you do belong to any groups and you want to share this report to them specifically, I'm not seeing that option. Again, why I don't prefer to share via these type of links. So I'm not sure why the report is not sharing on LinkedIn, but I'll try it one last time before I move on. Okay, this looks better. Okay, so this post did work. Okay, so it will be best practice to share via the URL by clicking on here and then copy and pasting. Okay, so because I have a little bit more time left, I am going to review, since I have a, sorry, someone has their camera on. I'm going to review the market reports and the area reports because this training is recorded, so someone may find this helpful. So area reports, I've created a few, so you'll select new. Report name, again, is only for your reference. Contacts, you either browse the contacts you currently have or add a new contact. And market area, so here we want to browse. And you can choose multiple areas for your contact. So we want to search Cook County. And then here we can break it down by neighborhood, single family homes. So if you did Albany Park condos, and single family homes, but you can just do Albany Park and it will capture both of that information. But if you want to do only Beverly single family condos or single family homes, you can do that, and Bridgeport condos. Then we select OK. We have our market areas here, our contact name here. And again, you have the option to adjust the subject line. So we want to preview. Okay, so here is the report with the intro. It comes already customized with your contact's first name. So it's very important when you are adding or importing contacts to Prospect Square that you appropriately add their first name. Here are our options to share. And then our area report. For Beverly, single family homes, February 2020. So a very in-depth report that you can share to a buyer, seller, investor, anyone that likes to receive that market information. And this is great to share online or social media every month because people will expect that information from you. And then here we open up our URL to copy, and we can share this on Facebook. And so if you are farming an area, this is a great way to provide content online. So if you're farming a neighborhood or a suburb, you can do a boosted post on Facebook. You can't target by zip code, but you can target by an address in that area. Then we hit post. So I'll refresh my screen. Okay. So this is our cover image in the areas that we selected for the report. And if you are sharing this on social media, I will encourage you to hide the intro, which you can do in the settings area. Okay, so let's review the market report. And then when you're ready to send, you select save and send. And then here it shows you when it was created and then when the email was sent. And if you need to send it again, you have these icons over here to resend that report. And if you need to make any changes, you can hit the edit button to adjust your report settings there. Okay, so market reports. Market reports are more targeted. So again, we select new. And we choose. Now, as you can see, market reports offer a little bit more information. So you can do an MLS number or by an address and or zip code. So let's enter 60611. Okay, so when you do get that message that they can't find your precise location, they will open this map. You can hit find, save, okay, and we want to do, you have a lot of options in terms of radius. I'll do a 1 mile radius. Now I found that the more options that you choose for here, like if you enter school information and property information, the less likely you are to get a lot of properties for this report. So just the general information would suffice. So we have our zip code, which you can do address or MLS number. Let's try an address here. This is taking longer than normal, so I do apologize. Okay. I'm going to refresh the screen. Okay, well, that refreshed everything. So let me start again. Now, I was just testing with the address. I always encourage agents to do zip code. So not sure if that caused an issue. But again, name of the report, edit for the criteria, radius by address or MLS number. I'll stick to the zip code. Okay, please refine and search. We have our zip code selected here. Save. And then I want to do a 1 mile radius. Okay, so depending on what kind of report that you're creating, maybe you want to do all active properties. You have the option to do that with your days back. So let's try that. And then maybe a few solds. Now, off market, I don't recommend, again, depending on what kind of report you're doing. Pending, no. And you can fill out this information, but the more information that you fill out here results in less properties. Okay, so just to review, I entered the zip code and you have the option for the MLS, the radius, your on market option, sold, closed options, off market, pending, and this information here. Okay, so once that's complete, we hit search. And these are our results. And so you have the option to review these. You want to make sure, and then you have these as attached singles. So if you're looking for maybe land properties or detached singles, you'll have to filter out those options within the market report. Okay. And the market report is something that does go out. You can choose every 7 days or every 14 days. Okay. Again, you choose your contact. Then you have the option for consumer type. So as I mentioned before, depending on what type of report you are creating, you have the option for buyer, seller, prospect, or investor. Okay. Then you have the option of how many listings you want to include per email. We'll choose 50 here. High automatic market value. That gives the current market value of the home. And I say you can leave it on there. It does get the conversation started, or you can consider again who this market report is for. Okay. And report expiration. So if you want to have this report end at a certain time, you can select the date here, and then you have your subject line options. Okay, so let's preview. Again, you always want to preview to see what properties they do generate, because sometimes they don't generate any based on the criteria that you set in the beginning. Okay, so our market snapshot for sale and sold data. So I think the market reports are more personalized and something that you might not share on social media, because they have so many criteria that you can set for that client that's looking for a particular property or looking to receive particular market information. And what I like about the market reports is that it's engaging. So if I click here, I can print out this sheet if I want to. I can view additional photos. And so this is something that you want to send to one of your more serious clients. Okay. How do I get back there? And it's somewhat similar to a Moxie presentation in terms of its interactiveness and how you can share it with your client. So if this is something that they want to print off, if you all are going out on the weekend to view properties or to meet together, they can print these listings off, even though these are sold. But we have our actives up here, okay? So the preview looks great. Once we're ready to send, so again, it shows when the email was created and when the email was sent. So if you have this email or this report automatically going out to your clients every 7, 14, or 30 days, they have the option to unsubscribe. And so you can keep track of who's unsubscribing from your market reports. And that gives you the opportunity to reach out to that client or contact directly. Okay. So we have a few minutes left. Did anyone have any questions? I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, did anyone have any questions? I see we have Leela, Paul. If not, I will go ahead and end this training. As I mentioned, it will be recorded, and then I'll also find some additional handout information. I know that Prospect Square does have some in terms of building the reports if you need some additional help. So definitely let me know. But if you have questions and you don't want to ask them here, excuse me, please email me directly with your questions and I'll do my best to answer them, and we can either set up an appointment and you can share your screen with me and we can walk through it. So thank you for joining me.